I'm worthy because I exist. Hello and welcome back to the Dear Ones podcast. My name is Joannie and I'm here with a series of 11 episodes where we learn how to navigate through our older version to our newer version, but together. Now, just for a moment, I'm going to take you back to your childhood. Do you remember receiving those gold stars? Or possibly smileys? Excellent work, very good, top of the class, good job. Remember how proud that felt? Now remember how it felt when you didn't get one. How your stomach dropped, how you suddenly started comparing, and how you just started thinking that maybe I'm not enough. That's where it began. That's where many of us learned I'm worthy when I perform, not I'm worthy because I exist. Those gold stars were innocent, but they trained us. They taught us that approval equals value. And if we're really honest, a lot of us are still just chasing those stars. But just now they look like promotions, likes, shares, comments, compliments, being chosen, being praised. Approval became currency and we started trading ourselves for it. But alignment? Alignment doesn't give stars, but it gives peace. Psychologically, this is called conditional self-worth. It means I'm enough if, I matter when, I'm valuable because I achieve, because I look good, because I don't argue, because I don't disappoint, because I'm liked. And this creates what I call the approval loop. You rise when someone praises you, and you crash when they criticize or ignore you. Your emotional state fluctuates with feedback. But here's the problem. You cannot control other people's opinion. You cannot control social media engagement, how someone interprets your tone, whether someone approves of your growth, or whether someone feels threatened by your evolution. So if your worth is anchored externally, your nervous system will constantly scan for validation. And that creates anxiety, not because you're weak, but because you've placed stability in unstable hands of others. A secure sense of self-worth usually develops when a child feels unconditionally loved. Not loved when they perform or they win or they behave perfectly, but just loved. But many of us experience this differently. Maybe you were praised only when you achieved. You were compared to your siblings, you were bullied and had to earn acceptance, you felt emotionally unseen, or you were just told to be good in order to receive affection. Or it can literally be the complete opposite. You were overly praised for being the pretty one, the smart one, the responsible one. Both can create approval seeking because both teach you your worth is conditional. And when worth feels conditional, you spend your adulthood to try and secure it. You become a high achiever, a people pleaser, a perfectionist, a funny one, the agreeable one, and the overgiver. All these strategies to stay safe. But safety built on approval is fragile. When you rely on approval, you slowly start disconnecting from yourself. You say yes when you actually wanted to say no. You change your own opinions just to avoid discomfort. You refresh Instagram to check your engagement. You replay conversations in your head. And you over-explain boundaries. And this actually shows up globally in corporate offices, staying silent in order to protect their reputation. In families, choosing career which brings approval instead of fulfillment. In friendships, laughing at the jokes that don't align with you. And in relationships, shrinking yourself because you're too much. This isn't about other people. It's about the story you tell yourself. If they disapprove, I'm not enough. If I disappoint them, I'll lose love. If this fails, then I'm a failure. So you perform, and performance is exhausting. You're not tired of doing too much, but you're tired of abandoning your own self. Let this sink in. Now, how do you overcome it? Here are some practical steps which you can take to overcome this need of seeking approval. Number 1, catch the approval moment. Pause during the day and ask, am I doing this because I'm feeling aligned, or am I doing this to avoid being disapproved? That awareness will change your behavior. Trust me. I ask myself this question almost every day, almost with every decision. Being someone who's just recently healed from being a people pleaser, this trick has literally been a chef's kiss. Because no matter what decision I'm taking, I ask myself whether it's from alignment or approval. If it's because of fear or approval of someone else, we're not doing it. We are not doing it. No matter how bad we feel, no matter how much we criticize ourselves for not doing it, because ultimately that's what the older version wants, to stay the same. But because we know better now, we've learnt our way, that's why we choose better for ourselves, which is alignment. Number 2, the self-validation reset. Before seeking reassurance from someone else, place your hand on the heart and tell yourself, it makes sense that I feel this way. I'm allowed to want validation, and I'm still enough without it. Your nervous system wants safety, not applause. And number 3, rewrite the story. If someone doesn't reply, don't just jump to, they must be upset, they don't like me anymore, they may not be thinking about me, I don't matter to them. Instead of jumping to that conclusion, ask yourself, what else could be true? Here's another secret. Approval seeking thrives on negative storytelling, but alignment thrives on curiosity. The more curious you are, the better it gets, I promise. Number 4, have micro boundaries. Instead of saying yes to a plan or no to a plan, being black and white, go a bit in the gray area. Say, I'll think about it. Don't over-explain your no. And yes, a maybe is a no. Do something like post something without obsessing over the feedback, or turn off your notifications for a complete day. That discomfort, can't even think about it, can you? Because that discomfort, it's withdrawal from validation dependency, and you will survive it. Now let me show you this through a different lens. We are still students, but just not in school anymore, but in the class of life. And life doesn't give gold stars, it gives awareness. The more questions you ask yourself, the wiser you become. Do you remember teachers telling us that the one who asks the most questions is the wisest one, because curiosity makes you wiser? And that's not a lie at all. The more curious you get about yourself in this life, the wiser you become and the better you navigate through life. Ask yourself, why do I need approval to feel safe? Curiosity will dissolve your shame. Self-study builds wisdom. Every trigger is a lesson, every comparison is a clue. And you already know it. The fastest growing students are the most curious ones. Now, what about our alignment? Alignment is not loud rebellion. It's quiet honesty. It's quietly asking yourself, do I approve of how I'm showing up? Because when worth is internal, criticism doesn't destroy you, and praise doesn't control you. You are steady. Now, as we come to an end of this episode, all I'd like to say is, inside the cocoon, there are no teachers, no report cards, and no applause. Just transformation. And approval-based identity dissolves so that your self-worth can be born in the dark. You stop performing for the classroom and start studying for yourself. You stop chasing those stars and start becoming your own light. You are not here to be approved, you are here to be aligned. The more you choose alignment, the less you need permission to be. We're almost at the end of this episode, and if you've reached this far, I'd like to say that I'm really grateful and I'm insanely proud of you for taking this step for yourself. But you don't need my approval. Let me know how you found this episode in the comment section. Also, if you have any other questions regarding approval or alignment, or in general you have any feedback for the video, or how can I add more value to your lives, or in general your feedback, do let me know in the comment section. And I have a confession to make. I'm not there yet either, but I'm choosing this version of myself today. And if you're too, then we are walking together. Now, take a deep breath with me on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Hold. And exhale with a sigh. Keep smiling while we're on our way to become a butterfly. Butterfly.